Shalom and welcome to Scripture 365. Today we're going to read Proverbs chapter 9, followed up by Job, starting on chapter 37 where we left off. So let's sit back and read along with me. Proverbs chapter 9. Wisdom has built her house. She has hewn out its 7 columns. She has slaughtered her meat. She has mixed her wine. She has also prepared her table. She has sent out her young women. She cries out from the highest place of the city. Who is simple? Let him turn in her. As for him who lacks heart, she says to him, come, eat of my bread and drink of the wine I have mixed. Leave the simple ones and live, and walk in the way of understanding. He who reproves a scoffer gets shame for himself, and he who rebukes a wicked one gets himself a blemish. Do not reprove a scoffer, lest he hate you. Reprove a wise man, and he loves you. Give to a wise one, and he is wiser still. Teach a righteous one, and he increases in learning. 10. The reverence of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Kodesh, one of understanding. For by me your days become many, and years of life are added to you. If you have become wise, you have become wise for yourself, and if you have scoffed, you alone bear it. A foolish woman is loud, simple, and without knowledge, for she has seated herself at the door of her house, on the seat of the highest place of the city. 15. To call to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Who is simple, let him turn in here. And as for him who lacks heart, she says to him, stolen waters are sweet, and the bread in secret is pleasant. But he does not know that the dead are there, her guests are in the depth of the grave. Job, chapter 37. Because of this too, my heart quakes and leaps from its place. Just listen to the noise of his rumbling, to the sound that comes out of his mouth. He lets it loose beneath the entire heavens, his lightning to the end of the earth. After it, he lets out a roar, a thunder in his majestic voice. No one can find a trace of it by the time his voice is heard. 5. Yah thunders marvelously with his voice. He works wonders that we cannot understand. He commands the snow fall on the ground, and the downpour of rain, his mighty downpour of rain, is as the sign of every man's hand, that all men may know his doing. Then the beast enters the lair and remains in the den. The storm wind comes from its chamber, and the cloud from the constellations. Let me read 9 again. The storm wind comes from the chambers, and the cold from the constellations. 10. By the breath of Yah, ice is formed, and the expanse of water becomes solid. He also loads the clouds with moisture, and scatters his lightning clouds. He keeps turning events by his stratagems, that they might accomplish all that he commands them throughout the inhabited earth, causing each of them to happen to his land, whether as a scourge or as a blessing. Give ear to this, Job. Stop to consider the marvels of Yah. Do you know what charge Yah lays upon them when his lightning cloud shines? Do you know the marvels worked upon the expanse of clouds by him whose understanding is perfect? Why your clothes become hot when the land is becalmed by the south wind? Can you help him stretch out the heavens, firm as a mirror of cast metal? Inform us, then, what we may say to him. We cannot argue because we are in darkness. 20. Is anyone conveyed to him when I speak? Can a man say anything when he is confused? Now, then, one cannot see the sun, though it be bright in the heavens, until the wind comes and clears them of clouds. By the north wind, the golden rays emerge. The splendor about Yah is awesome. Shaddai, we cannot attain to him. He is great in power and justice and abundant in righteousness. He does not torment. Therefore, men are in awe of him, whom the wise can perceive. Chapter 38. Then Yah replied to Job out of a temple and said, Who is this who darkens counsel, speaking without knowledge? Gird your loins like a man. I will ask, and you will inform me. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Speak if you have understanding. Do you know who fixed its dimensions, or who measured it with a line? Unto what were its bases sunk? Who set its cornerstone? When the morning stars sang together, and all the divine beings shouted for joy. Who closed the sea behind doors when it gushed forth out of the womb? When I clothed it in clouds, swaddled it in dense clouds. When I made breakers my limit for it, and set up its bar and doors, and said, You may come so far and no further. Here your surging waves will stop. Have you ever commanded the day to break, assigned the dawn its place, so that it seizes the corners of the earth and shakes the wicked out of it? It changes like clay under the seal, till its hue are fixed like those of a garment. 15. The light is withheld from the wicked, and the upraised arm is broken. Have you penetrated to the sources of the sea, or walked in the recesses of the deep? Have the gates of death been disclosed to you? Have you seen the gates of deep darkness? Have you surveyed the expanses of the earth? If you know of these, tell me. Which path leads to where light dwells, and where is the place of darkness? That you may take it to its dominion and know the way to its home. Surely you know, for you were born then, and the number of your years is many. You have penetrated the walls of snow, seen the walls of hail, which I have put aside for time of adversary, for a day of war and battle. But what path is the west wind dispersed, the east wind scattered over the earth? 25. Who cut the channel for the torrents and the path for the thunderstorms, to rain down on uninhabitable land, on the wilderness where no man is? to saturate the desolate wasteland, and to make crop of grass sprout forth. Does the rain have a father? Who begat the dewdrops? From whose belly came forth ice? Who gave birth to the frost of heaven? Water congeals like stone, and the surface of the deep compact. Can you tie cords to pledge or undo the reins of Orion? Can you lead the Mazarov in its season, conduct the bear with her son? Do you know the laws of heaven, or impose authority on earth? Can you ascend up in order to the clouds for an abundance of water to cover you? Can you dispatch the lightning on a mission and have it answer you, I am ready? Who put wisdom in the hidden parts? Who put wisdom in the hidden parts? Who gave understanding to the mind? Who is wise enough to give an account of the heavens? Who can title the bottles of the sky? Whereupon the earth melts into a mass, and its clods stick together. Can you hunt prey for the lion, and satisfy the appetite of the king of beasts? They crouch in their dens, lie in ambush in their lairs. Who provides food for the raven when his young cry out to Yah and wander about without food? Chapter 39. Do you know the season when the mountain goats give birth? Can you mark the time when the hinds calve? Can you count the months they must complete? Do you know the season they give birth? When they couch to bring forth their offspring, to deliver their young. Their young are healthy, they grow up in the open, they leave and return no more. Who sets the wild ass free? Who loosens the bonds of the ongar? Whose home I have made the wilderness, the salt land is his dwelling place. The scarves of the tumult of the city does not bear the shout of the driver. He roams the hills of his pasture. He searches for any green thing. Would the wild ox agree to serve you? Would he spend the night at your grip? Can you hold the wild ox by ropes to the furrow? Would he plow up the valley behind you? Would you rely on his great strength and leave your toil to him? Would you trust him to bring in the seed and gather it in from the threshing floor? The wing of an ostrich beats joyously, are her pinions and plumage like the stork's. She leaves her eggs on the ground, letting them warm in the dirt. 15. Forgetting they may be crushed underfoot or trampled by a wild beast. Her young are cruelly abandoned as if they were not hers. Her labor is in vain for lack of concern. For Yah deprived her of wisdom, gave her no share of understanding. Else she would soar on high, scoffing at her horse and his rider. Do you give the horse his strength? Do you clothe the neck with the mane? Do you make him quiver like locusts, his majestic snorting, spreading terrors? He paws with force, he runs with vigor, charging into battle. He scoffs at fear, he cannot be frightened, he does not recoil from the sword. A quiver full of arrows whizzes by him, and the flashing spear and the javelin. Trembling with excitement, he swallows the land. He does not turn aside at the blast of the trumpet. As the trumpet sounds, he says, "Ah!" From afar he smells the battle, a roaring and shouting of the officers. It is by your wisdom that the hawk grows pinion, spreads its wings to the south. Does the eagle soar at your command, building his nest high, dwelling in the rock, landing upon the fastness of the jutting rock? From there he spies out his food. From afar his eyes see it. His young gulp blood, where the slain are, there he is. And this concludes today's reading of Proverbs and Job. We shall pick up Proverbs chapter 10 tomorrow and Job chapter 40, and we will finish Job tomorrow. So, have a very blessed day. May Yah shine his light upon your path, fill you with his righteousness, and give you shalom. We'll see you tomorrow. Shalom.